Assalamu alaikum everybody, hopefully all well inshallah. We've arrived at Imam Bukhari's mausoleum, which is being constructed in Samarkand on the outskirts. It's going to be one of the largest mausoleums, masjids, madrasas in the whole of Central Asia. And I'm just going to show you now. So that over there on the left is where they're buried.
And on the left it is the mausoleum.
So Imam Bukhari is buried just over there.
On the left, between two minaras, the tall.
And then over here on the right is we built with the big minaras. You know, we've not been able to make the trip right inside, but अगले दिन बनते हैं so inshallah उन्ना वास्ते बड़ी तैयारी होगी inshallah may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a chance to visit and get much closer next time as well, and we'll come back when the masjid's done. It'll be a beautiful trip to come to.
No, I just said to him, why didn't you step around?
We've gotten a little closer to the Imam's Mazar through this cemetery. Love it, Shazad. Absolutely love it. So we've been guided around the back of the cemetery next to the masjid to get as close as we can to Imam Bukhari's resting place. This cemetery is going through some renovations as well, by the looks of it. साथ वीडियो बनाने वास्ते इंशाल्लाह कामयाबी होगी, so we can share this information दुनिया ले तक असने सारे मुसलमान इंग्लैंड भी तक इंशाल्लाह वो भी हाज़री देने वास्ते, you know, to make this trip.
لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته.
लेकिन उम्मत ने इनके साथ क्या किया? अल्लाह, नेशापुर थे, नेशापुर उनके खिलाफ साजिश करके इनको नेशापुर से निकलवाया। नेशापुर से आप आए बुखारा। लंबी बात है, मुख्तसर करता हूँ। बुखारा में जब आप आए तो बुखारा का जो अमीर था, जो सुल्तान था, उसने कहा मेरे बच्चों को ट्यूशन पढ़ाओ। आपने फरमाया प्यासा समंदर के पास आता है, समंदर प्यासे के पास नहीं जाता। अगर तेरे बच्चों ने पढ़ना है तो आके मेरे पास पढ़ ले, मैं इल्म को बेकदर नहीं करूंगा। मेरे पास रसूलुल्लाह का नूर है, वो मैं बादशाहों और सलातीन के दरबारों पे नहीं लेके जा सकता। उसने किया मेरे बच्चे आके आपके पास पढ़ लेंगे लेकिन कोई गरीब का बच्चा पास बैठ के हदीस नहीं सुन सकेगा। फरमाया बुखारी के लिए नबी पाक का कलमा पढ़ने वाले सारे बच्चे बराबर हैं, किसी को रोका नहीं जा सकता। तेरे बच्चे सुनेंगे तो गरीब के, बर्तन बनाने वाले, मजदूर के, भूखा सोने वाले, उसके बच्चे भी पास बैठ के हदीस सुनेंगे, रोका नहीं जा सकेगा। उसने कहा फिर मेरे बच्चे नहीं पढ़ेंगे, उस शहर से निकाल दिया। आप बुखारा से निकले, हुर्तन के मुकाम पे आपने दुआ की, फरमाया अल्लाह मेरी ये जमीन मेरे लिए बड़ी तंग हो गई है। निशापुर से बुखारा आए, बुखारा से निकले तो फरमाया अल्लाह, आसमान की तरफ देखा और कहा अल्लाह ये तेरी जमीन तेरे इस बंदे के लिए बहुत तंग हो गई है, इस तेरी जमीन में अब इसके लिए कोई जगह नहीं है। बस उधर ही आप बीमार हुए और ईद के दिन अल्लाह ताला ने अपना दीदार करा के आपकी ईद कर दी, अपने पास बुला लिया। वो अल्लाह का शुक्र है। हजरत इमाम बुखारी राहिमहुल्लाह ताला, ये मेरे नबी का जिंदा मौजज़ा है। मेरे पास यहाँ पर वक्त हो, मुफ्ती साहब ने भी आपको एक्सप्लेन किया, मैं आपको बताऊं कि मुसलमानों ने वो उलूम इजाद किए, यानी नबी पाक की हदीस को तो महफूज किया ना, जो बीच में रावी है, जो चेन है, एक एक बंद अस्मा और रिजाल, अस्मा और रिजाल वो इल्म है जो सिर्फ मुसलमानों ने इन्वेंट किया और इजाद किया हदीस को महफूज करने के लिए।
So we've just finished our ziyarat Imam Bukhari Mazar Sharif, and inshallah unko chahiye wapas jasa. One of the uncles here who's a Namazi, I believe, with the Shah Sahib's Masjid, they were telling us a bit more about the life of Imam Bukhari and some of the difficulties and hardships that they felt through their times. We can't comprehend this kind of stuff, and I think even reading it doesn't give you that true feeling. इंशाल्लाह बंदे की अच्छा चाहिए था, ज़ियारत करो तब जाता एहसास हो जाना बंदे की जे होया कैसी ना नाल। सब पूरा मैदान जला हुआ है, सब इमाम बुखारी मस्जिद ने बाहर जला हुआ है, कब्रिस्तान बनते आ हुआ है। नेक लोग ही होसन जिन्होंने कब्र इत्थे बनतियां। We don't know what's going to happen to us. केरा बंदा सी केरा बंदा दुआ करसी असा वास्ते we don't know. इत्थे दुआ सारे वास्ते होनी है। इमाम ने मस्जिद ने बाहर। Look at how much they're going to benefit. Subhanallah. Imagine we think all our manja, khatta, charpaiyan are big. Look at the size of this thing, wow. You know, in these past 3-4 days, every single person that we've spoken to, Uzbeki banda jehda hai, sab, mashallah, they treat you so well, so nice, very comfortable, sare salam dene, khush hoite milne de, Pakistan to aaye ho, England to aaye ho. You know that you come to see our place, our land. And it's really, really, really nice that, you know, we get to experience this. Inani Hushuni, yeah, that they see people from foreign lands come to pay respect to their scholars. Look at all this detail. Subhanallah. Wow. Each one of these, you got loads of masjids here, they're all made of one piece of wood by the looks of it. They've been here for centuries. And then the roof as well, all hand built. SubhanAllah. What you see here in front of us is the masjid being constructed for Imam Darmi, Rahimullah. Their journey started 13-14 years before Imam Bukhari, and in hadith collections of books they're considered to be one of the top 10. And obviously now there's a masjid being built under their name at their Mazar Sharif. Obviously simply the communism. So some places masjids weren't allowed, one being here, but we've been allowed to come and pay some respects still in the region. What you can see here in front of us is the resting place of Imam Darmi. This is where they're buried, and just over on that side of there is where the masjid is being constructed. Now look at the sheer size of the place. We'll put on the wide lens so you can get a full scope view of the size of the construction, the scale of the construction. And then madrasa being built on the side as well. बड़ा खूब नज़ारा है.
हम पे ये करम है हुजूर का हम पर आने वाले अज़ाब करते हैं अपनी औकात सिर्फ इतनी है कुछ नहीं बात सिर्फ इतनी है कल्बी टुकड़ों पे उनके पलते थे कल्बी टुकड़ों पे इनके पलते थे अभी टुकड़ों पे के पलते हैं ये करम है हुजूर का हम पर.
So this is the resting place of Hazrat Darmi, and you can see this complex where they built the masjid as well, and the madrasas alongside it. Subhanallah. What you can see here all in this area is all grapes vineyard, and just outside the masjid oh piche bani hui hai, and all this is grapes growing. Subhanallah. Imagine that a visitor, they give them for free. So we've been gifted these grapes from this lovely gent looking after these fields. He's trying to give hadiah, but the gent is not taking it at all. Look at the beautiful grapes though. Uncle, the whole video is sorry. Subhanallah. And this is come straight from Imam Darmi's Sharif Masjid and Barga as well. Subhanallah.
रसूल अल्लाह तनम फरसूदा जा पारा ज़हिजरा या रसूल अल्लाह.
So now we have arrived in Khwaja Ahrar Wali's Mazar Sharif. They were one of the Sufi heads of the Naqshbandi Tariqa in the chain that comes down. And as part of this chain, they were also the Ustad of Mullah Nuruddin Jami. Mullah Nuruddin Jami has a big elevated name in Islamic history and their teachings, even in South Asia. Buna Naklan, Tanam Farsada, Jampara, Farsi Kalamaik. I may have mispronounced that wrong, but obviously I don't speak Farsi. So normally the Naat Khans and stuff like that, they can recite it much better. But that kalam is recited in many, what's it called? Not mehfils around the UK. I know for a fact I've heard it multiple times. And when I found out the link of that Naat Sharif, that's where, you know, the link clicked here for me, myself. So I think that's the beauty of it. And by the way, there's a lovely pond at the back here, and lots of these Mazar Sharif have these such ponds. One thing, Mullah Nuruddin Jami as well, the student of Khwaja Ahrar Wali, they had ziyarat of Rasulullah as well, and the reason being is that they wrote such a beautiful kalam in praise of Rasulullah, and Rasulullah said in the dream that we'd have to stop Mullah Nuruddin in the way. Reason being because like, you know, the police or somebody, or, you know, army at that time, military would have to stop him in the way of coming to Medina back, because that's where he wanted to recite this kalam. But the reason why Azur Pak came in the dream was because they said if he came to recite this kalam in the Bargah of Rasulullah, Azur Pak would have to come out of the Bargah to thank him, which they couldn't do. So in front of us here you have Khwaja Ahrar Wali's Mazar Sharif resting place, and some other maybe family members, great ulama, scholars in the surrounding as well. The small part of their masjid here, madrasa, and the old larger masjid at the back as well. Subhanallah.
अल्लाह मेरा जिस्म नाकारा और टुकड़े टुकड़े हो गया है आपकी जुदाई में या रसूल अल्लाह, और मेरा दिल भटक रहा है और दिल गुनाहों के बोझ से मुरझा चुका है. तनम फरसूदा जा पारा ज़हिजरा या रसूल अल्लाह, दिलम पज मुर्दाया वारा ज़ैसिया या रसूल अल्लाह. ज़िक्रदा ख्वेश हैरान में से आशुद रोज़ सियानम पशेमानम पशेमानम पशेमा या रसूल अल्लाह. मैंने जो कुछ किया है बहुत हैरान हूँ. रोज़े हिसाब मेरा अमाल नामा गुनाहों में और इंतहाई परेशान और सख्त शर्मिंदा हूँ या रसूल अल्लाह. ज़िक्रदा ख्वेश हैरान में से आशुद रोज़ सिया.
There's also a story of the curse of Emir Timur. The Russians, when they conquered this land under the Soviets, they exhumed his body. Emir Timur Naik Sikh J. Agar unana body kada taken from the land, if it's not taken out from the mitti, a curse would fall upon and they would be attacked. Oddly enough, 3 days after the body was exhumed, the Germans had invaded the Soviet Union as well and re-attacked them. Under Stalin, then they had the body sent back to Samarkand to provide an Islamic burial for the Emir. Since then, the body has been laid to rest within this region.
To manage the tickets, okay?
Emir Timur's resting place. Innan Sultan Mughal Badshah, and he is the 3 times great grandfather of Mughal Badshah Babur. So this is the map of Emir Timur's conquests, and you can see on the map they conquered Lahore and Delhi in their times, but they missed off our region of Kashmir. But the yellow area were regions where they worked with their empire, so they would have had relations with the empire, trade, etc. And the Emir is buried inside there. This is here, this black one is the resting place of Emir Timur. He is buried at the feet of his Ustad and Sheikh.
Hello, Ashab.
What you can see there, there are old designer, all broken up and stuff like that, is the original 15th century Bukhari building. This main complex now, what we can see, is a restoration which took place in 1986. And here we can see the name of Allah and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
So we've had our ticket entry now into the square, so we can go up close and really have a look at the details and stuff. Now what interests me is the dome. So you've got what, like a kind of fluted designed dome up there. Everywhere Allah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the name is Subhanallah. This is one of the inside courtyards of the madrasa. And you can see how beautifully decorated everything is, mashallah. So you can see ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ੇ ਨੇ, these doors here, ਇੱਥੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮਦਰਸੇ ਦੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਸਨ, ਇੱਕ ਕਮਰੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2 students, 1 room 2 students could study. So ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੁਨਾ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ਾ ਸੀ, these small doors, the bottom that we see here, they were used as the study classroom. ਜਿਹੜਾ upla ਪਾਸਾ ਸੀ, you can see on top on each one of these ਇਹ ਨੇ dormitory ਸਨ, ਮਤਲਬ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਸੈਨਿਕ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਸੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ. This was 500 years ago. This would have been the Jama Masjid of Samarkand, and then about 150 saal pehle it stopped being active as a masjid, obviously during Soviet times, and then now it's just at the museum because of its old status. So this is the Jamia Masjid interior. Subhanallah. And this is known as the Golden Mosque because the interior, everything you see here is sab sona hai. All this is gold. Wow, just wow. Let's go ahead and look at the mihrab and the mimbar. This is a beautiful stone mimbar. And the mihrab there as well. Subhanallah. So we're off some very steep steps. Upper जा रहे हैं जी छत को इंशाल्लाह. Where do you apply some madrasa? I'm out of breath. Oh. Apologies for my cough. Beautiful. Subhanallah. थोड़ी पेंटिंग करने हैं माशाल्लाह. Same design as the madrasa outside Registan Square. Thank you, brother. So this, what you can see here, is how the madrasa teacher in the middle would sit with his students, for example. महफिल जब इसी चाशा पीने सब किताबां खुलियां डिस्कशन होनी. And they've got their quill pens inside there as well. You know, to dip that in ink to write in the books. Very nice. When you go to Turkey, all you see in the Grand Bazaar is like fake stuff and yeah, bits and bobs, and they're trying to con you. Here it's alhamdulillah Uzbekistan in Mulkich. Our cheese and they got everything on like really low rates. Tourism से काफ़ी respect है नकुल, and you find very much kind of like traditional things. कोई नकली चीज़ें really don't really find them here. Look at the fruit markets, subhanallah. Beautiful. टोपियाँ ले लो. उज़्बेकिस्तान ने क्या ग्रैंड बाजार ही किस्म ना होना. असली बाजार है माशाल्लाह. बड़ा सोना ने बड़ा खूबसूरत है. Look at the size of it. Subhanallah. बहुत अच्छा है. Allah khayr.
चांद हुआ है